Hi everyone, Debark is here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome once again to another flight on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's almost midday here at the Teterboro Airport. We're standing in front of the Signature Flight Support and NetJets FBO. Kilo Tango Echo Bravo or Tango Echo Bravo, Teterboro Airport. This is a general aviation relief airport in the boroughs of Teterboro, Moonachie, and Hasbrook Heights in Bergen County, New Jersey. It is owned and managed by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey and operated by AFCO Avport Management. The airport is in the New Jersey Meadowlands, 12 miles, that's 19 kilometers from Midtown Manhattan, which makes it popular for private and corporate aircraft. The airport has a weight limit of 100,000 pounds, that's 45,000 kilograms on aircraft, making it non-viable as an airline airport. Teterboro Airport takes up almost all of Teterboro and consists of 827 acres of land. That's 3.35 square kilometers. 90 acres, that's 0.36 square kilometers for aircraft hangars and offices, and 408 acres, that's 1.65 square kilometers for aeronautical use and runways, and the remaining 329 acres, that's 1.33 square kilometers, undeveloped. The airport has more than 1,137 employees, of whom more than 90% are full-time. In April of 2009, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, reported that the airport had the third highest rate of wildlife strikes of any airport in the United States, based on takeoffs and landings, and that's 43 per 100,000. Teterboro Airport is home to many private aviation charter companies flying nationally and globally. And our destination today is Princess Juliana International Airport, Sint Maarten. Tango November Charlie Mike or Sierra X-Ray Mike. Princess Juliana International Airport is the main airport on the Caribbean island of Sint Maarten, or Sint Maarten. The airport is located on the Dutch side of the island in the country of Sint Maarten, close to the shore of Simpson Bay Lagoon. In 2015, the airport handled 1,829,543 passengers and around 60,000 aircraft movements. The airport serves as a hub for Winair and is the major gateway for the smaller Leeward Islands, including Anguilla, or Anguilla as the natives call it, Saba, San Barthélemy, and Sint Eustatius. It is named after Queen Juliana of the Netherlands, who landed there while she was heir presumptive in 1944, the year after the airport opened. The airport has very low altitude flyover landing approaches because one end of its runway, and that's runway 10, is extremely close to the shore and Maho Beach. While Princess Juliana International is the primary aviation gateway to the island, there's also a smaller public use airport on the French side in the French collectivity of Sint Maarten called Aéroport Grand Casse-Espérance. That's Grand Casse-Espérance Airport. Today we are flying 6 passengers, all members of one family, to Sint Maarten for vacation. And we're flying them in the Cessna Citation Longitude. Registration November 47 Charlie Lima. So without further ado, let's head inside and get the avionics going, and then we'll come back out to do a walk around. Okay, as usual, first things first, we check the circuit breakers and make sure that they are all in. Oh boy, my IR is not here. 1 second. All right, we got that fixed. So right here, all the circuit breakers are in, and on the co-pilot side, they're all in. So next, we check the gear handles, the gear handle and the flaps handle, and make sure that they are in the right positions. Flaps up and gear down, corresponding to the situation outside. Okay, next we turn on the standby power. I usually test it first and then turn it on. Okay, and next we turn on batteries 1 and 2. Battery 1, battery 2, and also connect the ground power. And then we can turn on the lights. Arm the emergency lights. Okay. All right. Okay, for now I'm going to display the synoptic pages on this pane right here. So pre-flight, everything is good except the flaps and the trim. Okay, so everything is how it would look like with the engines off. All right, electricals. Okay, the external power is handling the electricity, supplying both buses. So the batteries are charging, hence the 0 amperes and 28 volts. All right, bus tie is closed, of course. All right, and here everything is fine. That's the trim. We'll set the trim as soon as we start the after the engines are started. Okay, I think everything is good. All right, we leave it like that and go out to do the walk around. Okay, we're gonna start here, looking at the probes and the oxygen compartment, making sure that the probes are all good, and they are. Excuse me. And the oxygen compartment is closed and locked, and all 4 latches are closed. And just a general look here, making sure that there are no dents, no damages of any kind. All right, and then we'll look in the wheel well for the nose wheel, and everything is clean and clear. Looking at the lights, the taxi lights, and the lenses are good. Oh my goodness, this airport has so much lag. Okay, so you guys bear with me. It's not coming from my end. It's just optimization. All right, everything here is good. The light clusters are good, and the lenses are clean. Okay, everything here is good. The tires are fully inflated, optimally inflated. And you can read that. If you want to read it, you can pause it and read. Okay, and you can also read his sister over here. Okay. And underneath here, everything is in good condition, and the probes on this side too, they are all good, and the oxygen compartment too is also closed and locked, and all 4 latches are closed. Okay, looking at the belly here, the landing lights are all good, both of them, and the strobe / anti-collision light belly is good. All antennas good. All outflow valves are nominal, and the wing inspection light, of course, is on. The lens is clean. The static ports are all good. Wing leading edge, all good. Fuel cap is on. Nav lights working. And behind here, trailing edge, all control surfaces are good. And we can check the right main landing gear. Oops. Okay, everything is fine here. All the tires are well inflated. Oh boy. Looks like the battery died on the controller. So 1 second while I change the batteries. Alright, let's see. Okay, this is where I stopped before it took over by itself. Alright, so the brakes are good. And the tires. And the rims and the door and the strut. The wheel well is clean and clear. Alright, now we check the right engine, nacelle and the blades, everything is fine. And the exhaust, everything is fine. APU intake, good. And the exhaust is good. The horizontal stabilizer, good. The elevators are good, and their trims, and the rudder, and the trim, good. And the left engine exhaust, good. And the intake and the fan blades, all good. All the baggage is already in the compartment and closed. And left main landing gear, brakes good, tires are good, and the door, everything is good. The strut, all electric lines and hydraulic lines, everything is good. Tires are well inflated, and the wheel well is clean and clear. All right. And all control surfaces are good. Nav lights on, leading edge, no dents, clean. Wing inspection lights on the side, good. Everything is nominal. All right, let's head back inside and go begin our setup. Okay. So the avionics are fully initialized. All right, we go for our performance first of all. Weight and fuel. We have 440 pounds for the pilots. For the payload, we have 6 people, and their total weight is 1320 pounds. Cargo is 350 pounds for each person. All right, the zero fuel weight is 25,449 pounds. For takeoff, we can sink the fuel on board. That's 12,147, just about 200 or so more than we need, so that's okay. And for landing, 2933 pounds of reserve. I'm gonna make sure that that's actually the case. Let's see. Looking at Volanta. Flight briefing. Final reserve 2933. Okay, that's correct. All right. We're not going to be holding, so this is all good here. Now for the takeoff data, we'll enter that after we have entered the flight plan. Before we do the flight plan, let's do our flight briefing. Gonna be bringing up Volanta again and maximizing it. Okay. All right, here we are. We are at Teterboro Airport. And our destination is Princess Juliana International. And our alternate is Luis Munoz Marin International. Okay, and our flight briefing. Let's bring it up. So you guys can let me know which one you like best. Is it this one, bringing the briefing from Volanta, or this one from the browser? That's SimBrief Direct. So let me know in your comments. And that briefing, I can bring it, I can pull it up here, like most of you know already. Okay. Now I kind of lean towards the other one because it has tabs that take you directly to where you're looking for. Like here, I can go to the OFP, times, weights, flight log, winds, and so on and so forth. All right, anyways, let's stay on here for now. Okay. The flight plan is Teterboro, we take off runway 24, Rudy 6 departure to Rudy, direct to LV, direct Colts Neck, direct Dixie, and Yankee 481 to King, direct to Kiner, Lima 461 to Turnkey, and direct to Princess Juliana. Of course, we're going to take the RNAV runway 10 approach. There's no SID, just there's no star, just because the star is almost superimposed over the approach, so one of them has to go, and of course, gotta be the star. All right, and of course, we're gonna be cruising at flight level 410, 41,000 feet until we cross Bovik, and then we climb to our actual cruising altitude of flight level 430, 43,000 feet. Okay, and that's our fuel. We already talked about it. The fuel, the block fuel is it's supposed to be 11,871, but we're taking 12,001 something. Okay. All right, next is the times. So we are going to be departing at 12:50 local time, that's 16:50 Zulu, and takeoff is 1 p.m. local time at 1700 Zulu, and arrival at Princess Juliana scheduled for 2035 Zulu, which is 4:35 p.m. local, and arrival at the ramp 2045 Zulu. That's 4:45 local. So block time is 3 hours and 55 minutes scheduled. It looks like they're estimating that we're going to be 5 minutes early. We'll see. We're going to be flying a little faster than the flight plan stipulates. We're supposed to be cruising at Mach 0.82, but we're going to be cruising at Mach 0.83 instead. We're supposed to actually cruise at Mach 0.84, but I don't want to deal with the constant red flags on the speed tape, which is normal. It happens in real life, but it's distracting to me. All right. That was a lot. Let's take some water. Okay, so we have dealt with everything. In our weight, of course, 24,449. That's zero fuel weight. We already talked about all this. Okay. Now let's look at the chart. We're going to be using a Navigraph for that. Okay, that's what our flight plan looks like. Like I always say, the purple part is the main part of the flight plan. The magenta part is the SID, and the green part is the star. The orange part is the approach. But we're not using the stars today, and I'll show you why. Let's look at this approach. Okay, see why the approach starts at turnkey, and the star available starts almost the same place. So Uluba 1 is the only star. If I put that, you can see that it's almost the same. It's almost overlapping, and I can't stop it here. So no need to go out that far when we can just take the approach and come right here. So that's why we took off the star. All right. So going back to the beginning. Now note that in this chart, everything outside this box is not to scale. The only thing that is to scale is within the box. Okay, so instruction. This SID requires takeoff minimums for standard minimums referred to airport chart. Okay, now runways 1619 are not authorized for this SID. So it's only runway 24 standard or lower than standard if authorized, with minimum climbs of 500 feet per nautical miles to 520. Okay, if unable to accept climb rate, advise ATC on initial contact. All right, so the initial climb, of course, top altitude is 2000, but initial climb, we're climbing heading 240 degrees to 520 feet, then direct Davim, then on track 262 to cross Wentz at 1500, then on track 283 to Rudy, then continue on 280 or as assigned by ATC. Okay, so after that we will go direct to LV. So this is how it is. When we take off, we continue 240 heading until we cross 520. Okay, until we are higher than 520. Then direct to Davim. From Davim, 262 degrees to Wentz, and that is 2.8 miles. We have to cross Wentz at exactly 1500. And after that, we can climb to 2000. As soon as we cross Wentz, we can climb to 2000 and wait for ATC to clear us to assigned altitude. And that will happen within 10 minutes of departure. All right, so we cross Rudy. And this is now vectors. So we're going to go vectors direct to LV right here. And of course, LV is not really here. This is not to scale, remember. LV is actually here. Okay. All right, so that's that. And of course, we're gonna climb to flight level 410 until we cross Bovik, and Bovik is right here. As soon as we cross Bovik, we're going to continue climbing all the way to flight level 430 and stay there until top of descent. All right. Now for the approach, I can overlay the chart. Otmote, we're hoping to cross Otmote at 2600. Okay, and remain on 2600 until we cross Avaki, and after Avaki we descend to 1700. Maintain 1700 until we capture the glide path. Okay, it's a standard descent angle of 3 degrees, and missed approach at Mapon. By Mapon, we should be able to see the runway, otherwise we'll go missed approach. The weather is good, so we should be able to land. And our minimums is 700 barometric, which is 686 radio. Okay, for missed approach, climbing right turn to 4,000 feet and direct to on-bed and hold or as directed by ATC. Now in America, the transition altitude is 18,000 and transition level is flight level 180. But at Princess Juliana, transition level is flight level 65 and transition altitude is 5,000. Okay, so that's that. No frequencies because we're not going to be flying with ATC, unfortunately. Very soon I'm going to be flying. I'm going to overcome my stage fright and fly on VATSIM. That's coming soon. And I don't have the time right now to set up pilot to ATC, which is what I would usually use. Alright, so that's that. Everything is very simple. Alright, I'm gonna deal with the taxi and stuff when we start the engine. Actually, our taxi is simple, so let's just talk about it right now. Where are we? Alright, we are here in front of the Signature Flight Support FBO. We're gonna come out here and get on Quebec and stay on Quebec all the way to right here and get on runway 24. We're gonna cross runway 0119er. Okay, right here. And that's it. Very simple taxi. Okay. Alright, so let's put all this inside the FMS. Okay, I'm gonna leave this open so we can reference it. Alright, so going back to flight plan, our origin, we can quickly find it by clicking the find. Is that find or search? Find, okay. And it's the first one. Okay, Teterboro, and destination is Tango November Charlie Mike. Okay. All right, procedure. Departure is gonna be the Rudy 6 and no transition. Okay. All right, so we have a altitude restriction here, Rudy, and then manual sequencing. Okay, that's fine. And let me just add the body of the waypoint before going to the approach. So after Rudy, we have LV. Okay. And after that, we have Colt's Neck. After that, we have Dixie. These are all directs. That's why I'm clicking the white side. Dixie. Duplicates. We take a look. Most likely the northeast, because we're in the northeast. Okay, so we take that. And after Dixie, we have Yankee 481 to King. So since it's an airway, we have to click the entry to that airway. Load. So entry is Dixie. The airway is Yankee what? Yankee 481. Okay. Just put that A to Z, Yankee 481 right here. And exit is King. Okay, and we can load the airway. Alright. And after King, we have direct Kiner. So we click here. Direct Kiner. Okay. Alright, and after Kiner we have Lima 461. Lima 461. And the exit is Turnkey. Turnkey. Okay, and we can load that. All right. And that's that. So we can now do the procedure. We don't have any arrival, so approach is gonna be okay, RNAV GPS 10 LNAV plus V turnkey, minimum 700. Okay, enter. And barrel minimums. Okay. Let's just take a look at the preview and make sure that we got it right. Yep, we got it right from turnkey to Otmo to Avaki to Lesor to Mapon. That is correct. Okay. Can load that. Alright, so you can see that as soon as I loaded that, it deleted turnkey from the main route because it's the beginning of the approach. Alright, so we can say done. Alright, so we can put the flight plan on this page. Let's just make sure that everything is the way it should be. Yeah, put the done. Alright. Okay, so we can go back to our performance. Now we can do the takeoff performance. We're taking off of Teterboro runway 24. We can load the weather. Okay. For the METAR, it's gonna be 190 at 6 knots, 10 statute miles, clear, temperature 6, dew point 1, altimeter 3049. Okay. Alright, go back. 3049, we can set that. Okay, it's already set. Just need to set it to local 3049. All right. And runway 6014 feet. Takeoff config, takeoff flaps 1. Okay. Anti-ice off, thrust reverser stowed, takeoff factor 1, rolling takeoff 1. I mean, no. Okay. One day I'm gonna try the rolling takeoff. I know it's gonna require more runway length, and I think we can. I think we have enough runway for that, but not gonna do that today. Our transponder code is gonna be 6277. That's just random. All right, takeoff data 124, 126, 139, 185. Okay. Accept that. All right, and we have the check flaps flag, because we need to make sure that we select whatever flaps we have decided to use, 1 or 2. We have to select that for the speeds to be displayed. As you can see, they're not displayed, okay, until we select the correct flaps, and then that flag will also disappear. All right, so we are done. I'm gonna set the initial altitude here to 1500, just because this thing has a propensity to overshoot. So otherwise I would have put it at 2000. Okay, next runway heading 40. All right. Okay, and this is I don't know if I should just put this speed at V2 plus 20. No, what? No, leave it at 200. Okay, so I think we are good as far as setting up is concerned. We can now turn on the APU. Okay, APU coming on. Looking for 100% RPM. Okay, now the bus tie is opened because we have 2 suppliers now, but we're gonna turn off ground power and it will close again. Okay, and we can also bring up the bleed synoptics. All right, around 45 minutes from when the APU reached 100, this bleed air should start and we should have air conditioning. Meanwhile, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Okay, here we go. All right, that also means we have enough air to start the engines. All right, but before we do that, let's run our checklist. our flight cockpit instruments, cockpit items checklist. All right, standby power, circuit breakers in, standby power on, batteries both on, CAS messages checked, oxygen system checked, hydraulic data. Did we check that? We didn't, because we didn't see any need to, because the engines were off. But let's check the hydraulics. Okay, everything is dependent on the engines, but the brakes have hydraulic power. Okay. And electricals we already checked. Anti-ice we don't need. Flight controls we will check after we start the engines. Pre-flight, everything is good except the stabilizer and flaps. We'll take care of those after the engines are started. In summary, everything is good. Now, like I always say, this is a bug. It's on. If I put it on this page, you will see that it's on. So let's ignore that. Okay. So that is that. Let's continue. So where did I stop? Hydraulic data checked, APU started, APU generators on, external power we have disconnected, cockpit controls, that will be after the engine starts, after the engines are started. Now fuel and center of gravity we already checked, lights, all required lights are on, emergency lights and passenger lights, seat belts, everything on. Autopilot, we're gonna test it. Okay, autopilot, let's see, change the heading. Okay, autopilot works. So autopilot disconnect. All right. Cockpit items checklist complete. All right, now before start checklist. Parking brake set, CAS messages checked, before start checklist complete. We'll start with the right engine. Open the guard, push to run, and close the guard. And you can see the air conditioning coming off because we need that air to start the engine. Run. All right, N2 is rising. ITT rising, oil temperature rising, oil pressure rising, N1 rising. Okay, fuel is gonna come on, fuel coming on. All right. Next, ignition shut off. There we go, start valve closed. Good engine start, let it stabilize. Should stabilize between 18.1 and 18.5. That is good. All right, starting the left engine. Same thing, open the guard, push to run and close the guard, and push start. And monitor the right engine. N2 rising. Oil temperature rising, oil pressure rising, ITT rising, N1 rising, fuel flow coming on now. Okay. All right. Good. Ignition shut off. Start valve closed. Okay. Let it stabilize. All right. Good engines. We can turn off the APU now. Now the engines are supplying bleed air for air conditioning. And of course APU bleed is gonna go off as soon as this reaches to 0%, the RPM. There we go. All right. Now that the engines are started, we can check the hydraulics again. All right, everything is now connected. So everything that is hydraulics powered is connected. That's good. And if you check the electricals now, you can see that the individual generators are powering the individual buses, and the bus tie is open to separate them. Okay. Now we can set our trim. Okay. That's good, and we can do our flight controls test. Okay, ailerons up, elevator up, down, neutral, ailerons left, right, neutral, rudder left, right, neutral. 1 second. Okay, and speed brakes fully extend, fully retract, flaps fully extend, fully retract. Okay, now select our takeoff flaps, which is flaps 1. And you can see that the speeds are now displayed. Okay, we can check the brakes. First, the temperature, the brake temperature is good. And brake pressure, 3,000 on each. That's good. Okay. And we can now select toga. Also, we can arm the auto throttle and VNAV. All right. So if we check the pre-flight now, everything is passed. Okay, and also the summary. Everything is good. All right. Now go to home and go to maps and set up our map for taxi. Okay, this should be good enough. We're gonna be taxiing via Quebec. All right, everything is set up, ready to go. I'm just gonna turn on the replay recorder. Okay, taxi lights on. actually turn it off. Let's do the checklist first. Alright, before taxi checklist, flight controls free and correct, APU off, takeoff data input, V-speeds displayed, flight instruments set, altimeters checked, trims checked, taxi lights coming on, parking brakes coming off, and before taxi checklist complete, taxi light on, parking brake off. Oh boy, the lag. My goodness, looks like if you look out in that direction, you get a lag. Alright, let's go. We are leaving slightly early. What time is it now? 16:42. We're leaving 8 minutes early. That looks like a Phenom 100. All right, we're on Quebec. Coming up to the runway, so landing lights on, strobes on. Left is clear, right is clear. And the lag is too much on this airport. Okay, can turn the lights back off. And that's the other signature FBO. There are about several of them at this airport. Alright, we need to slow down. Okay, we can stop here for now and do our final checks. Okay, this says taxi checklist, but I'm taking it as before takeoff. Pre-flight page checked, brakes checked, runway heading selected, flaps set for takeoff, ice protection as required, weather radar as required, crew briefing complete. Okay, so we cleared to line up and wait. Landing lights on, taxi off temporarily. Okay, just making sure that there's no incoming traffic. All right. So we're gonna line up. Okay, I think that's pretty close. Can bring up the timers. Okay. All right, everything is good. What time is it? 12:49. We have 11 minutes. All right, everything is set. Cleared for takeoff. Exterior lights on, auto throttle armed and toga. Timer, we're gonna start soon. Okay, we can set this to FMS by selecting nav. Okay, and the timer. Oh, not yet. Let's adjust the map. Okay, so everything is fine. Okay, we can start the timer. Did we turn on the taxi light? Not yet. All right, so start the timer. Turn on the taxi light. And about almost 40%. And everything is stabilized. Full power. Airspeed alive. 80 knots. V1 rotate. positive right gear up. Autopilot. Okay, that's good. I believe we got the altitude. Okay, and that's Wentz right there. As soon as we cross it, we can go to 2000. All right, we can go to 2000. Flaps up. And I'm gonna bring up LV and direct to LV. Keep it open until we pass, until we cross Rudy. All right, direct. So direct to LV. And we can now climb. To 41,000. And we're gonna be climbing initially with vertical speed and 4,000 until we get to 10,000. Oops. Okay, approaching 10,000. Landing lights off. I'm gonna put pulse for now. Also flight level change. Climb checklist. Landing gear up, flaps up, FLC mode, navigation as required, APU off, 10,000 feet, flight level change, and lights off. Okay, coming up on 18,000, standard altimeter. And we can turn off the pulse. Okay. I'm keeping the seat belt signs on until we reach cruising altitude. Alright, we're about to head out into the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, let's take a look at our performance, how the takeoff went. Okay, we taxied from here, went out onto Quebec, and got on the runway and took off. Okay. And that was Rudy. As soon as we crossed Rudy, we went direct to LV, which is right here. All right, that was a good performance. And looking at it here, okay, we took off and got onto 1500 and maintained it until we crossed Wentz right here, and then climbed to 2000 until we crossed Rudy. As soon as we crossed Rudy, we started climbing. All right, so that was good. I'll see you guys at 41,000. All right, we're almost at 41,000. 1,000 to go. All right, settling down at 41,000. Now we need to know how long before we get to Bovik. For Bovik, we're gonna climb. After Bovik, we're gonna climb to 43,000. Okay, Bovik right here in about 49 minutes. We're gonna cross Bovik. All right, 48 minutes. And that is 48 minutes for me, instantaneous for you. Alright, see you guys at shortly before Bovik. Alright guys, we are approaching Bovik. As soon as we cross it, we're gonna climb to 43,000. We should be crossing it in the next 1 minute and 39 seconds. Alright, I'm gonna set 43 and wait until we actually cross it, because it's right here. Alright. Oh, that was quick. All right, so we will see you guys again at the top of descent, which is gonna be in 2 hours and 2 minutes for me, but instantly for you guys. Alright, see you guys shortly before top of descent. Probably around 10 minutes or so before then. Alright guys, we have started descending. I just had to immediately start descending before starting. The time I set happened to, for some reason, it started descending earlier than I anticipated, and I almost missed it. But here we are, we're descending now. Now, let's look at the performance. Alright, we're going to be landing on runway 10, and I already loaded the weather when we were in the cruise, but I'm gonna check it again. So it looks like it's changed. 30.03. Let's look at the METAR. So it's gonna be 100 at 7 knots. Visibility is greater than 6 statute miles. Altimeter QNH 1017. Alright, so we're gonna change this to hectopascals. Okay. Alright, that's QNH 1017. Alright. Alright, to runway, we have 7,214 feet of runway. Okay. And landing configuration is going to be full flaps, anti-ice off, thrust reverser stowed, landing factor 1, auto throttle on, and landing speeds 132 VAP, 120 VREF. Okay. Accept. So we can just quickly take a look at the chart. We're hoping to cross Avaki at 2600. Okay, transition level, flight level 65, transition altitude 5000. All right. Of course, we can get to Otmot at 2600. Well, it's going to be a continuous descent. We'll see. But initial approach fix is Otmot. Okay. And when we get there, we're gonna park on any of in this area, probably Charlie 7 or Charlie 4. We'll see. Any of these parking spots. Okay, we are at 17. Okay, reducing to 250. Alright, that's Sint Maarten right in front of us. That island right there. Alright, 10,000. Landing lights on. Seat belts on. Descent checklist. Altitude selector set. VNAV as required. Arrival weather data checked and input. Landing speeds. Altimeter set. 10,000 feet. Lights and passenger signs on. APU not required. Approach checklist complete. Descent checklist complete. Alright, let me just check the weather thingy one last time. Make sure that we have the correct thing. Alright, it doesn't look like it changed. QNH 1017. And landing data, we still have it. Alright. But it is lagging, and oh my goodness, the rain is loading so slowly. I probably need to delete my cache, my rolling cache. I think that's what's causing that. Flaps 1. To start slowing down. Yeah, I have to delete my cache, my rolling cache. It will probably fix the texture issue. And the lag is just, I don't know why it's lagging. There's no reason for it to lag. It's all water. Approach checklist, landing data confirm, ice protection as required, exterior lights on, flight instruments check, crew briefing complete, approach checklist complete. Okay, let's check this one more time. 131,119. Okay, that's good. Flaps 2. Okay, the approach has been captured. Gear down. And the glide slope 2 has been captured. All right. Missed approach altitude set. Flaps full. Before landing checklist, landing gear down, flaps full, exterior lights on, speed brakes retracted, CAS messages checked, airspeed VREF plus whatever. All right, landing taxi lights on, cleared to land. Autopilot disengaged. Okay, VREF. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10, $5, Okay, that one is Echo. We're gonna leave it alone and take Delta instead. Okay, let's stop here for a sec and stop the timer. 3:31:58. Can also kill the landing lights and strobes. And raise the flaps. I'm gonna park at Charlie 9. I have absolutely no intention of parking with those guys over there. Keep coming. All right, that's good enough. Parking brake set. Okay. After landing checklist, thrust reversers stowed, flaps retracted, timer stopped, ice protection as required, exterior lights as required, APU as required. We forgot to turn on the APU. And we probably do not need it, but I'm still gonna turn it on. Okay. All right, we have bleed air, so left engine off, right engine off. All right. Connect the ground power and turn off APU. All right. Welcome to Sint Maarten. Now let's see how we did. Okay, bringing up Volanta now. All right, our approach was perfect. And where did we touch down? Looks like we floated a little bit, but we still touched down before the last of the touchdown markers, which is good. Now, what was our FPM? 140. All right, that's not bad. Okay, so statistics. 3 hours and 27 minutes flight time. Block time 3 hours and 44 minutes. Distance 1584. Fuel burn that. All right. Okay, and here was our climb. First at 2,000, then 41,000, then 43,000, and then descent. Nice continuous descent. All right. So we'll take a look at the replays.
50.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
50.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
$200. $100. $50. $100. $50. 100, 50, 100,
All right, guys. Hope you will like the replays. Just gonna show you guys a little bit of Sint Maarten. It's a very beautiful airport, and that's the French side. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Don't want to take so much more of your time. I probably should have showed a replay close to the beach so you guys can see those people. Well, hope you liked it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Oops, because that helps me a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Barkis signing off. See y'all.